everyone. Just going to do the part 3 of the water wheel conversion thing here. Haven't actually done much, unfortunately. We've been really busy on the farm, so I haven't had a lot of time to do anything, but I'll show you what we have done. I'm using this little GoPro and it's completely bust. Someone lent it me and it's I haven't a clue what's coming out, but I'm going to prop it up on this motorbike seat here and I'm hoping that you can see what's going on. So not much happened. This is all fixed up. I'm just going to show you now. I mean, maybe that's better, I don't know. I'm just going to show you now, like, if I put some tension on this chain. Hello, I don't know if you can see me there or not. Maybe that's better. This chain's too long, so I'm going to have to get a chain split or shorten it. I've got the little links in this little packet here, so these will reduce means we can make it slightly smaller. I think we might have to take 1 or 2 links out. I don't know. We'll see about that. It's also a really stiff chain. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of greasy, waxy, but it's also really stiff, so it's not the best for doing this. And there's lots of slack in it there. Look. So you can see that's how much slack's in it. But I'll just show you. I'll put some tension on it, and I'll spin the wheel at the speed, and you'll see how fast. You'll see how fast the intermediate one goes. Okay, so you can see that's about the speed that the paddle wheel will be spinning at. You can see it's quite fast. So what we're going to be doing is putting the alternator. So I'll bring the camera down now and show you the alternator. So okay, I'll just show the screen on this GoPro smashed from the back, completely smashed. Mountain bike crash. But I think before we talked about the getting this fitted. So I've managed to get a machining company, a local machine company, to make a little bush that's screwed onto the alternator, and that's an M16 by 1.5 thread. Now that's the nut that came off the alternator, so that thread is quite a rare thread, quite unusual, but they obviously tapped out the sleeve, which is this part here. I don't know if you can see that. And then that was then machined to go inside the sprocket. Now all of that bit is the sprocket that you can get off eBay or whatever. Seem to have lost the screen. They then welded it onto that sleeve on the end now. I don't know if you can see that. The screen's actually gone off this GoPro now, so I can't see I don't know if you know. But anyway, that's it. So that is now fixed on, and that will actually screw off the alternator. But you know, if this ever wears down, we're going to have to make a new one, you know. It's quite a big deal. So there we go. Not much to report, I'm afraid. So I've got to now build a frame. I've got to build a frame for the alternator to sit up here. And I've got a whole bunch of those chains down there, which I'm going to make the right length to fit that. And then we should, yeah. And the other problem we've got is we've got to drop the whole thing. And again, we've got to drop the whole thing in the water, and it will just start spinning instantly. We're going to try and see if we can dam off the pond that the water comes from briefly, but it's a fish farm. It's a working fish farm. And that water's flowing 24/7 all the time. It has to keep the fish alive. So it's our fish farm, so it's not like I'm borrowing someone's fish farm. But there's a way we can do it. We can lower the pond, and then we will have about 2 or 3 minutes to get this in. And it's heavy. We can't lift it. We can't get a crane in there. We're going to have to carry it in and drop it in, and then hope for the best. But it will work, I think. It's what I'm worried about is how long these chains last. I mean, we'll have to keep greasing them, and I'll have to get in and probably use spray grease or something to keep them greased up while it's going. But that's all for now, I'm afraid. Not much else. We've got lots of things going on at the moment. One of them is this Mercedes Sprinter, which we are converting from what was a fridge for a supermarket. Anyway, I'll show you what we're doing. So we've taken the body off, and we will be putting fish tanks on it for transporting fish. So this is a Fiat Ducato, which we've already done the same thing to. So it will be like something like this, but it's a bit bigger. The Sprinter's a bit bigger. So if you can see down there, that galvanized screen, that's where the water wheel goes. So this is the bottom end of the fish farm, and I'll just quickly show you a bit more of the fish farm. And it sort of goes all the way up there. So the water comes in at the top, flows down through all these ponds. These have all got fish in them. I think you can probably see some of them on the top there, and goes out, and that's the last pond. That's what we call the settlement pond. That's to settle any materials or solids out that the fish have released before they go back in the river. Good. A quick tour of the fish farm. So there we go. I'll try and get more done as soon as I can, but yeah, ultra busy at the minute. Take it easy.